So we are aware of her expertise in organization effectiveness, culture, and CSR. We have two questions for you today. The first one is, how can organizations integrate environmental sustainability into their corporate culture while maintaining effectiveness and employee engagement?
Sure. So thank you for the question. This has been a subject of debate for a while, where organizations assume that either they are not a part of the ecosystem, or the ecosystem looks at them as somebody who's just come from outside and is there for profit, is there just to get their product out. Thanks to us being a Tata company, those are ethos that have been given to us to begin with, right? We are a part of the community, we are not separate. Our sustainability goals are on planet, nutrition, communities, and sourcing. We don't think we can be outside the entire ecosystem and deliver, because we are looking at a long term relevance, and that can only happen if you continue to engage with all the pillars in the right manner. So for when you speak about employee engagement, for example, we focus a lot on volunteering. As a group, we are mandated to do at least 4 hours of volunteering every year. This year, Tata Consumer Products being one of the companies there has been putting a lot of efforts. But as a overall Tata Group, we are proud to say we've done 11 hours already. And we will continue to push that, because the idea will be for an employee to feel that he is bringing himself to the organization to do good for the larger community, not just for one product, not just for one organization. That's when engagement happens. So somewhere the mix of both these kind of just works well for us, and that's been our efforts in all dimensions.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we've already touched that, and this also reminds me. Snigdha ma'am is also a TIS alumni, so yeah, so it all makes sense. Our second question for the day is, in your experience, what role does corporate social responsibility, part of this you have already said, play in promoting environmental conservation, and how can it align with an organization's goals?
So again, while CSR is mandated for us as per the law, for the Tata Group, this is not new. So for us, it has been more about something that we've been doing. Now we do it in a more formal manner. But when you talk about doing corporate social responsibility, and the law has thankfully been laid out very well that it should not be used for marketing, it should not be used for our own employees, but it should be linkage to the community. So our principles are having projects in and around where we have presence. So if you have a unit there, we try and ensure we are engaging with the community thereby. All our projects are driven by the needs of the community. We first start with the needs assessment on the ground. I can't give you chalk if you want cheese. It's not the solution that will ever work. So it can't be standardization, but we do have key themes that we push for. So for us, the key themes is water, nutrition, and rural development. And we focus on that. So we find the needs of the community. We learn from that. Then we design a project, and every project is designed with the idea of exiting. We don't want to be there forever. You can't keep giving fish to a person every day. You have to make that person learn how to fish. So your project has to have an exit date on what is it that you will do in the 3 years, and how is it that you will hand it back to the community. We obviously get engaged NGO partners or implementation partners, because again, we are not experts on that front, but we get the right partners in. They design the project for us. We have the right baselining, midlining, endlining assessment done. And these assessments are not just done by us. They are done by a third party to ensure neutrality. We would want somebody outside also to come back and tell us, yes, you have done a good job. The community is seeing the effect. And if you're looking at exiting with a certain goal in mind, have you met that or not? Ultimately, it has to be brought down to numbers, because that's when you can really see an impact, and that's been our focus across.
Thank you so much. So, ma'am, so beautifully and very simply explains about perspective, putting the community first, and also having an exit strategy so that it's the community can stand on its own. So that will be all from the media corner today. We are honored to have you here, ma'am.